Hello, BookTube. We are now on to week 3 of Schwabtember, and I'm already completely puzzled as to how we're 3 weeks in, but there we go. I didn't put out a video last week because I started uni again and I had enough to read. But I finished Tunnel of Bones. It was brilliant. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was haunting, it was dark. I did find that reading it in physical format was easier because I could see the map and I could tell where events were taking place. But it was so easy to slip back into the characters and back into that world again. But I loved it and I can't wait for the next instalment. This week I'm just going to set myself a challenge of reading The Unbound, which is the second in the Archived duology. The Archived is about a girl called Mackenzie Bishop who is a ghost hunter. So there is a place called the Archived where the dead rest on shelves like books, which I can't put into words how much I love that book. But The Unbound is the second book and it's dealing with the fallout from the events of the first. So Mackenzie is dealing with a lot of upheaval, she's dealing with a lot of PTSD, and I'm 70 pages in already and I'm there, man. I'm totally there. Who the hell is this bitch? Moi is not impressed. I am about 100 pages in, something like that. But as you can tell by my eyes, I am really tired. So I'm gonna take a break, have a bit of dinner. Hopefully Moi will have come in after her tete-a-tete with the cat outside. Yeah, I'll have a bit of dinner, see how I feel after that. I do have a lot of uni work to catch up on. Third year is no joke, so we'll see how I feel after dinner. Hopefully manage to get halfway tonight. If not, I'm not going to cry about it, but I'm really enjoying it. I didn't reread The Archived before starting The Unbound, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get into it as quickly, but it's just, oh, it's so familiar and the characters are so familiar and rounded and I love them so much. There is one little thing that's niggling at me, and it's not really a little, but it's a thing. Mackenzie's little brother is killed in a hit and run accident the year before. So at this point, her mother's in therapy and sees a therapist. But there's a lot of offhand comments about maybe the therapist doesn't have her mother's best interest at heart. Maybe the therapist is just looking for a payday. And I think that's quite dangerous to project in a book, especially if it's aimed at younger people. I'm just hoping that it's unpacked later on in the book and that it's addressed. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out. Good morning. So, it's Friday. I'm awake. First of all, the postie woke me up, and then we had someone from the water company want to take some samples. So that was great. Great. I now have a huge spot on my lip. I was going to record yesterday, but I didn't have a chance. So I went to the doctor's, just for an appointment, regular appointment, nothing exciting. And the doctor was like half an hour late taking me in, which I don't mind, because usually when a doctor's late, it's because they're, you know, helping somebody, so I don't mind. But I did get halfway in the Unbound, so I'm about 190 pages in, so I've got this much left. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get cracking on that today. Got uni today, so I do need to get my ass up at some point, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I just need to wake up first. This lighting is not flattering at all. I look like Uncle Fester. I have 100 pages left, and I have no clue what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to be resolved. The love story is just freaking adorable, but right now I'm just stressed, and I just need to finish it. So that's what we're going to do. Finish it right now. I've got 40 pages left, and it's all kicking off, and I have no idea how this is all gonna get fixed. I'm so stressed. There's 30 pages left, and I swear to God, if there isn't a resolution at the end of this, I'm gonna be so pissed. I know that Victoria originally imagined it as a trilogy, and the publisher didn't buy the third book, but she also had a really bad experience with the publisher while writing this series, so I don't think there will be a third book in the near future. So I'm just hoping to God that there is a resolution and that it's more of a duology rather than a big massive cliffhanger that I will never get answers to, because I can't handle that. How can there be another plot twist when there's 20 pages left? Oh shit. I'm reading. I've got like 10 pages left of recording it.
Yeah, my thingy.
What thingy?
My tablet, so I can do my crossword. There it is.
Oh shit. I am a complete dumbass. I just recorded my thoughts, but I had the camera pointed the wrong way, so here we go again, take two. It's taken me an entire day to compose my thoughts into some kind of order about the Unbound. I absolutely loved it. I rated it 5 stars, and it just didn't disappoint at all. I've been putting off reading it literally since it came out 5 years ago. And I don't know why. I think I was just intimidated by how much I loved the archives that I didn't want to be let down. But like I said earlier in the video, it was so familiar to me and it was so exciting, and I had no clue what was going to happen. In the archived, the issue is that the ghosts or the histories are being woken up at an alarming rate, and something is going on. People are actually waking them up on purpose. In the Unbound, I was worried it would be a bit of a rehash of that, but it really wasn't. It's actually taking place in the outer, which is in our own world, where people are starting to disappear. But then Mackenzie is also starting to deal with the PTSD and everything that happened in the last book. My only issue was I wish it had been longer. I wish that it hadn't wrapped up so neatly and so quickly. I did feel like I needed more, but that didn't take away from my reading experience. There was also the issue of the therapist, or the representation of therapy, kind of demonizing of therapy. It was addressed and unpacked a bit, because we also had the introduction of Mackenzie's therapist, and she does have that anxiety towards therapy and reluctance to engage. But because we have such a different representation of therapy with Mackenzie's therapist, it showed that there isn't just one type of therapist. And yes, I suppose there are people out there who would take advantage, but equally, and probably more so, there are people who are out there to help. And I thought that was really, really positive. It was a good way to bring it back almost. But I'm just gonna miss this world. I'm really gonna miss it. I do want to thank Brittany, I want to thank Kirsten, and I want to thank Alyssa for running Schwabtember, because it gave me the push I needed to read the books that were left on my shelf. I do still have one left, which is Vengeful, but I don't want to read Vengeful until I've read Vicious again, and that's just going to have to wait until maybe Christmas. The girls did put together a bingo card for Schwabtember, which was really, really fun. So here's how I did this month. I didn't get a blackout. I always aim to get a blackout or to do like the absolute best in things, and then I get really lazy. But I'm pretty happy with what I did so far. I did get a few bingos. And it was fun. It was just really fun. It was a really fun month. So thank you, Kirsten, Brittany, and Alyssa, for hosting Schwabtember, because it was just a blast. Let me know if you've read The Unbound, because I need to talk to somebody about it. Let me know if you've taken part in Schwabtember and what you thought, the books you read, all that good stuff. What am I going to read next? What is going to follow The Unbound?